Gun safety time. I know it seems redundant, but let's go over the rules of gun safety one more time. All right, and actually, this should not be one more time or the last time. This should, everybody needs to focus on the basics of gun safety all the time. Okay, it should never be forgotten. There should never be, okay, one more time, one more reminder. They should never be forgotten ever, and it should be talked about continuously. Okay, because every year, hundreds, if not thousands of people are injured, or they injure somebody else because of negligence. Okay, that's a huge thing for me. I would much rather shoot myself than shoot somebody else. Okay, if I'm stupid enough to shoot myself, that's bad. But if I'm negligent and I actually injured somebody else, I could not live with that. So safety, safety, safety. Always focus on safety, okay? And our minds wander, and we all, we start thinking about other things, and it's very easy to neglect safety and the basics of safety. And we all slip. I've slipped a few times, done things that I wish I hadn't, or thought to myself, wow, that wasn't really safe. It happens. It really does. But that's why we need to focus on the basics, okay? And there are actually not just 3, but 4 basics of gun safety, okay? The first 3 are interchangeable. They're the anytime, anywhere rules of gun safety. The 4th is specific to when you are out shooting. Okay, now rule number 1, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to pull it. Okay, that seems simple, seems so, easy to remember, but it happens all the time. I see it in videos, I see it in pictures of people holding guns. They have their finger wrapped around the trigger. Okay, until you're ready to pull that trigger, your finger has no business being anywhere near it. Okay, it needs to be as far away from that trigger as possible. Some people will keep it straight out, some people will put it up on the slide. Whatever you want to do, just keep it away from the trigger until you're ready to pull it. Or squeeze the trigger. You don't pull the trigger, you squeeze the trigger. But you know what I'm saying, okay? Because you cannot accidentally pull the trigger if your finger's not on it, right? Simple, plain and simple, okay? Rule number 2, always assume that a gun is loaded, even if you know that it is not. Now, I haven't cleared the gun yet because I wanted to wait until this time to do it, okay? So you take the magazine out, you make sure that it is empty. Rack the slide a few times. What you can do even is lock the slide back. You can visually inspect, okay? You make sure that the gun is empty, okay? And even though you've just done this, okay, bring the slide forward, put an empty magazine back in the gun, you still treat this as if it is loaded, okay? And that brings me to the 3rd rule. Don't point the gun at anything you don't want to kill or destroy, okay? Now, there's nobody behind my camera, okay? That's a safe direction. The camera's on a tripod, okay? Nobody's filming me. I'm not, I'm not pointing it at anybody, okay? But that's the 3rd rule. Do not point a gun at anything or anyone that you do not wish to kill or destroy, okay? Simple. And they all go together, okay? You can't shoot somebody if you're not pointing a gun at them, okay? You can't accidentally pull the trigger if your finger's not on the trigger. Now, it can snag on something, but I'm talking about manually with your finger. You cannot accidentally pull it with your finger if your finger's nowhere near it, okay? And even though you know that this gun is empty, you still treat it as if it is loaded, because just in case you, for some reason, you thought you cleared it and you didn't, or maybe you thought that you dropped the magazine first and cleared it and you didn't, and they're still around in there. It happens, okay? People shoot themselves cleaning their guns because they thought it was empty. Okay, that happens. It's a real life scenario. It actually happens. So even though I just cleared this gun, okay, I'm not going to point it at anybody. I'm not going to point it at myself. I'm going to keep my finger off the trigger, okay? That's basic. Just always treat it as if it's loaded, okay? And rule number 4, when you're out shooting, always know what is beyond your target, okay? Never shoot towards populated areas, towards people. I don't care how far away they are, okay? You never shoot towards populated areas. You always have to know. You may be shooting at something that's only 50 feet away from you, but bullets travel very far, especially when you're shooting a rifle, okay? All of these rules apply to handguns and rifles, all guns, period, okay? So when you're out shooting, it's best to have a backstop or like a hill or a mound of dirt, something to shoot up against so the bullets don't travel beyond your target, or at least not very far, okay? Always know what's beyond your target. So keep your finger off the trigger. Always assume the gun is loaded. Don't point the gun at anything you don't want to kill or destroy, and always know what's beyond your target when you're out shooting, okay? Remember these rules. Remember them. Pound them into your head. Pass them on to your friends. And when you're out shooting, safety check each other. You know, when I'm out shooting with friends, we safety check each other all the time. Always watch what people are doing. You know, it never hurts to double check or say, hey, you know, watch where you're pointing your muzzle, or hey, keep your finger off the trigger, or, you know, if somebody's going to get mad at you for doing that, then maybe you need to not hang around those kind of people, because, you know, safety is everybody's responsibility, you know, especially when it comes to firearms. So I hope you guys liked the video. You know, I know it sounds redundant, but this is my safety video, okay? So I'll make some more shooting videos soon. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys next time.